I think I first started thinking about being non-binary more in a sense of like escaping like gender. I think I've always been really stressed out about like how I come across to people, what they think of me, what like they think of every little ounce of me, my body language and whatever. I think the idea of being non-binary helped me to escape that. The work I make deals a lot with like creating new spaces which exist like outside of time and outside of physical space. So a lot of what I'll work with like materially with like maybe editing videos and stuff is like these transitions between that real and that myth, and like how they can be sometimes so fluid or so like disjointed. And I think that is a very like queer coded way of making things, and it's crossing over these binaries anyway. Working out that I was like non-binary or whatever has actually helped me become more comfortable with being feminine at the same time. It matches all these different moods that I have. So there's a huge just array of like some really nice things and some really odd things. I still get excited about like these really silly hyper femme dresses because I can like not completely like replicate how it would have been worn maybe at the time, but also like not do away with being like, oh, it's bad, because it's like super like feminine.
I like every outfit I wear to actually have some sort of joke in it. I think it's funny if what you wear is like wee. So like a tie is so overly stupidly masculine, but if you get one with like a bunch of sailor things on and then you turn up somewhere as a sailor, which is like the gayest thing ever, it's kind of funny. The biggest thing that straight people get wrong about non-binary people is the whole androgyny thing, or is the whole halfway there to transitioning thing. But because I am like very privileged, I'm very white, I look like a guy, I'm not the most queer presenting human ever in the world. You know, I can get away with shit. I don't think my art practice is an extension of me. The non-binariness comes through by not wanting to be pinned down to just myself. So I think I just wanted to make the experience of it a bit more close to home. And I think I kind of did that. You know, cisgender guys, cisgender girls, they all found something in it that they related to. It doesn't take queer people to understand queerness. I think that's a massive thing that people don't really understand.
I was questioning my identity a lot, and so my friend is non-binary also, and it come out recently, and I had asked them if they could talk about me in passing as if I wasn't there, using they them pronouns, to see if it felt right or if it fit. And as soon as they did use those pronouns for me, it felt very, very affirming of my own gender, and that was the moment I think where it really clicked. I always find that like when I wake up in the morning, and especially with like being non-binary, it's kind of like in the morning you kind of decide what gender identity you're gonna have, and it's always like never a real gender. It's always like, oh, today I feel like a pirate, or today I am a goblin, or today I'm gonna cosplay as a woman. Like, that's all it is. I always had long hair from when I was a kid, and then when I cut it, I remember feeling so much more like myself. And then as soon as I cut into it more and more and more, there was something so crazy about how like looking in the mirror, and I finally was just like, yeah, that's who I am. I always said that I want my room to be a safe where you could trip in it and feel okay. Because I know I've got like a lot of kid shit in there. Just in a kind of like, just looking after my inner child way. Because then also like, if I'm ever having a bad day, then I look at my room and I'm like, I've got my friends and family here, like, I've got my dolls and my teddies and shit, like, it's all cool. I feel like all of our friends and the space that we're in is such like a free space. Like it's such a no judgment space. Like you can try new things and be as different or be as like normal as you want to be, and no one really cares because everyone just loves each other for like who we are.